All right, hello everybody. Welcome, welcome. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm DSP. Welcome to today's first of two gameplay streams. I'm pretty pumped. I hope you're pretty pumped too. Today is a momentous day for many reasons. All right, let's talk about those reasons. For those of you here live on stream or watching this pre-stream on YouTube, I appreciate it. First of all, today is August 1st, 2017, Tuesday, all right? First day of a new month. And I'm going to be honest with everyone, it felt to me like July would never end. I don't know what it was. The month just seemed to drag on and freaking on. Really? It seemed like an endless month for me. I don't know if it was because I was suffering allergies, because there were no new game releases and I was just doing downtime stuff, because of the fact that it was the summer, it was hotter. I don't know. Okay, but for me, the month just seemed to take forever. All right. So, I'm happy to be starting a new month, especially in particular August, because not only are we going to have the end of the summer, right? We get like the second half of the ending of the summertime. Yes, it's going to be incredibly hot. In fact, this week we're having a heat wave in Washington, where I live. It's going to be 90 or more. Like some days it's supposed to be in excess of 100 freaking degrees here, which is very rare for us. We almost never get this kind of heat. The sun is beating. There is not a cloud in the sky. So I've got my air conditioner pumping here on max, and it will be all week. And there's not much I can do about that. What is going on? People are saying Nightbot isn't here. No one told me that. It would have been nice if I had been told this before I started pre-stream. Nightbot isn't here. Why not? Nightbot should be here. Nightbot is not in the stream chat, people are saying. Yes, it is. Nightbot's here. There he is. Nightbot is in the stream chat. People were just able to enable it. Are we good? And no, nobody told me. Richter's trying to be a dick in the street. The people did tell you. No, no one did. Just because maybe you typed it in the stream chat doesn't mean that you said it to me. It doesn't mean I saw it. There's pretty much 400 ways you could contact me with important stuff like that. But looks like Nightbot's here, so we're good. Okay, maybe Nightbot's not working properly. If that's the case, okay, let me know and I'll try to figure out what's going on. But alright, anyway, little distraction there. Let's get back on topic here. Alright. So, it's going to be hot. It's going to be very hot this week. Alright, and it sucks. There's not much I can do about it. You're going to hear the air conditioner pumping on max all week long. Hopefully the heat wave ends this week. But it's a new month, ladies and gentlemen, which means it's the end of the summer. We're combining final downtime projects with new games and new releases. So just to give you guys a little bit of a heads up, a little quick preview of what you can expect in August, okay? We've got this Sonic Adventure playthrough, which we're starting today. I'll explain in a moment. I'll explain in just a moment how I'm going to be covering that. All right, what version I'm playing and all that, because a lot of people have questions. What version are you playing, and this and that? I'll explain in a moment. We got Tacoma releasing tomorrow. Next week, we've got Batman the Telltale Series Season 2 starting up. Okay. Then, on the 15th, we've got Agents of Mayhem and Sonic Mania. So it's a double Sonic month. It really is Sonic month of the year here, with Sonic Adventure now and then Sonic Mania in 2 weeks. Pretty awesome. There's also going to be the Uncharted standalone expansion the week after that, along with, the Call of Duty World War II beta. Ask the King is returning this month on the 24th of this month. That's my Q&A show I do every other month. All right. At the end of the month, we've got the new Life is Strange episode starting up. We've got Mario Cross Rabbids. All right. There is the Yakuza remaster, but I'm thinking I'm going to save that for a time when there's more time for it, because right now there's not going to be enough time to play a Yakuza game with all the new releases. And at some point this month, I'm actually thinking next week, Hate Live will return. My podcast will return next week. Okay? So, what a month. It's going to be a jam-packed month. New releases. Older, games balanced in there. By the way, I haven't even mentioned, yes, Danganronpa 2 will continue this month. It will be the game that is kind of the downtime game balanced with everything else. So any of the times here when there's not much going on, or if there's not enough to fill up double streams, you're going to be seeing Danganronpa 2 continue as well. Alright? So yeah. There is a lot to happen in August. In my opinion, a much better month than July. July, no new releases at all that I was really interested in. So I ended up balancing downtime stuff. Red Dead Redemption, Crash 1 and 3, Dark Souls 2. Not to say that July was a bad month. In fact, in July, even though there were no new releases, I did actually pretty damn well both on stream and on YouTube. I do want to say to everyone, thank you for a really good July, when otherwise it could have been, especially with the downtime that I had. Remember, I had a few days off there to kind of clean my house and recuperate a little bit. It could have been a lot worse, and it ended up being pretty damned good. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who, showed up, participated, watched on YouTube or watched on stream. No matter how you did it, no matter what you did, thank you, okay? Now, let's talk about what you can expect this week in particular, so you know what to expect, all right? And then I got some good news for everyone in regards to patron stuff, and then we'll get started with the playthrough. Sound good? All right, so today, Sonic Adventure begins. Why am I playing Sonic Adventure? Because last year, I did a summer Sonic playthrough. It was Sonic 2006, okay? Patrons voted on what Sonic game they wanted to see me play. Sonic 2006 won. Sonic Adventure came in second. So, it ended up being one of the best things I did last year. People absolutely loved the playthrough. It was both frustrating but fun at the same time. It was a game that I had never really fully played before, and I ended up liking it, even though the game had so many friggin' flaws. I ended up actually overall enjoying the game and being happy that I did experience it for what it was. Okay? Now, this year, I said, let's bring it back. Let's do another Sonic playthrough. And patrons from last month, it was actually June patrons. It was actually 2 months ago, excuse me. I forgot that it's August. Had a choice. Either you can see me play Sonic Adventure 1, Sonic Adventure 2, or Shadow the Hedgehog. Now, people like each game for various different reasons. Sonic Adventure 1 was the game that took Sonic out of the realm of 2D and really moved him into the realm of 3D for the first time. The Sega Dreamcast was a console that was kind of an oddity. It was groundbreaking. The graphics were great. It had online capabilities, but it really failed in the United States. So a lot of games that were on the Dreamcast that were actually really good ended up not being experienced by quite a lot of people. And Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 are kind of those games. Even though a lot of people have played them over the years, various versions, a lot of people didn't really play them when they were new. I did. I had a Dreamcast, and I played the hell out of Sonic Adventure 1. I played it like 4 or 5 times. I liked the game so much. In particular, okay, first of all, the graphics. At the time, the graphics were groundbreaking. Like, you've never seen a Sonic game that looked so good before. And yes, there were other consoles that were comparative to the Dreamcast, including PlayStation 1, and then, of course, PlayStation 2 came out. But the Dreamcast, when it did release, was the best graphical possibility for a home console. So it looked great. But in particular, it was actually the soundtrack of this game that stands out so well. You're going to see, this game has all, like, lyrical songs built into it. Just amazing music. It's just some of the music you hear, like, holy shit, you get into it, it's groovy. Like, dun 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 dun. I still remember one of the Death Egg or Egg Carrier theme songs. I still remember Sonic's theme, Tails' theme. Like, I can remember all these songs in my head. I can sing the theme song of this game. I know all the lyrics. I used to rock this music. I downloaded this soundtrack and had it listened to it all the time. That's how good the music was. All right? I love the soundtrack of this game. So, that being said, it's kind of an oddity for me, thinking about it, that I never played this game before. You know, I never played Sonic Adventure for you guys, which is so weird. I mean, I love this game, and like I said, I've been on YouTube since, what, 2008? You would think that it would have occurred to me to play this game. Not to say that I didn't put it in polls and stuff before. As I said, I did. It just never won. So finally now it did win. Which is pretty awesome. Absolutely pretty awesome. I'm happy that I finally get to experience and share this game with you guys. Alright? So, this is going to be all day today. I'm playing this right now on my first gameplay stream. I'm going to play it later today on my second gameplay stream. Alright? It's going to be all day. Now, tomorrow, folks, is another new game called Tacoma. And I am going to be playing this game. An exploration mystery style kind of game. It's sci-fi set in a space station. Apparently there's people who are like, it's a space station that I guess is supposed to be abandoned. I'm not 100% because I haven't really, I didn't want to spoil myself too much on the game, so I didn't look that much into it. But I think it's a space station is like abandoned or an accident happened or something. And you're visiting the station to find out what happened. So it's an interesting premise. Seems like a cool indie game. I'm going to be checking that out tomorrow. And so that will be my first stream tomorrow. But then tomorrow night will be more Sonic Adventure. Okay? And then, based on how things go and what people want, Thursday will either be Sonic Adventure in Tacoma or Tacoma and Sonic Adventure. I'll balance the day depending on who wants what when. Maybe I'll even do a poll tomorrow night to see what do you guys want to see on the earlier stream or whatever. Okay? So that being said, that'll be the rest. Pretty much the week is going to be Sonic Adventure and Tacoma balanced together. Alright? Once I finish up with both of those, maybe this weekend I'll do some fighting games. You know, Ultra Street Fighter 2 I've really enjoyed playing. Or we'll go back to Danganronpa 2 or both. Alright? Let's see what happens. Let's play it by ear. Okay? Now, for those of you who weren't here yesterday, yesterday I did an Indies Marathon. Okay? And I had a lot of fun with it. I got exposed to 4 games that previously, well, except for Shadow Complex, because that game I did play in 2009. But I got exposed to some games that normally I would never have played. Alright? And in particular, one of the games that I played that I was really intrigued by was called Night in the Woods. Now, I don't know what happened, because I started playing this game knowing nothing about it whatsoever. And I played for about an hour and a half. And honestly, I don't even think I got far enough into the game to even understand what the game is yet. Because everyone was telling me it was a murder mystery. Yet there was no murder and no mystery in the 90 minutes of it that I played. Okay? I don't know what happened. Because as I was playing it, a bunch of people appeared in the stream chat and just shat on this game nonstop. This game sucks ass. This is a piece of shit. This is SJW garbage. And I'm playing the game and I'm like, why are people saying this? And there's nothing in the game so far that would even be pushed in that direction. Now, I don't know. I only played 90 minutes of the game. Maybe further in the game becomes heavily about that or whatever. But I was actually kind of intrigued by the game. I was like, gee, I wonder what this game is really going to be. Is there a murder mystery? You know, what could it be? I want to see. I want to go further. But people were being so negative, man. And it kind of honestly surprised me. I was surprised that people were being so nasty to the game as I was playing it. Honestly, I mean, I bought the game. This is a game that, for example, in the next week, if I wrap up Sonic Adventure and if I wrap up Tacoma, and if I have some extra time before we start with new releases on the 3rd week of this month, right? Games like Agents of Mayhem and Sonic Mania. This is maybe a game that I would like to explore and play and see what it is. Alright? Because it seems interesting to me. Something different. Right? And it's funny because even right now, people in the stream chat are being nasty. But not one person is giving a legitimate reason why this game is bad. I don't understand. It seems to me like this is one of those games that was like polarizing or something. I mean, I didn't know anything about the game. You know what I mean? Like, I missed out on it. I didn't play it, so I know nothing about it. And to see this firsthand is like, just like shocking to me. I don't understand it. Well, Timic just did a 50-bit series. Says it became trendy among alt-right to hate anything that has gay characters in it for a while, like Gone Home. Okay. So because there's gay furry animals in it, the game sucks, and I should never play it again, apparently. I just don't get it. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll check it out. We'll find out. It all depends. It depends on, like I said, what happens with the other stuff this week. This is a game that I'm definitely interested in continuing if time allows for it, all right? If I have time to play it, maybe next week I'll do it, okay? Okay. So, there you have it, folks. That's kind of what I'm planning. Sonic Adventure today, all day. Hope you'll be here for both streams if you can be. If not, check out the videos on YouTube afterward. Tomorrow, Tacoma balanced with Sonic Adventure. Based on your feedback, I'll balance those two games for the rest of the week. Probably around this weekend, maybe we'll see the return of Danganronpa 2. Maybe some fighting games. Next week, we've got Batman the Telltale Series Episode 2 balanced in with whatever else I'm still doing. And maybe I'll return to Night in the Woods. Okay? All that to keep, of course, keep us occupied until the new releases start on the 15th of August. So there you have it. Hope you're excited. Hope you're out. You're looking forward to all this. I am. Okay. All right. So that is it really for the schedule. Now, real quick, let's do some plugs and then let's get started. All right, with everything here. Oh, my local Mexican restaurant is having a special Tuesday event. They want me to come in and get tacos today. Taco Tuesday. Just so everybody knows. It's very important that they text me with this information while I'm streaming. What the hell? Alright, anyway. Anyway, folks. Ooh. Neck is crack-a-lackin'. So, thank you everyone for a great July. I have good news. The good news, folks, is this. We have hit the funding goal for July on Patreon. It was close. I'm not going to lie. It was close, but we did exceed it. So, because we exceeded it, guess what? We are doing the Patron's Choice event. The way it's going to work is if you pledge to my Patreon in the last week. Excuse me. If you pledge to my Patreon in the last month, the month of July, I'm waiting a few more days because there's a few people whose pledges were declined. We got to get those people cleared up to see if they're going to get their information, updated or not. It usually takes a few days. This weekend, okay? This weekend, I will be contacting all those patrons, all right? And I'll be trying to get your info, to get you your perks and everything divvied out for you. In particular, some people I'm sure are going to want to ask questions for Ask the King later this month. And people are going to want to start nominating and voting on games for this upcoming Patron's Choice playthrough, all right? So hopefully, what I'm hoping is by the end of this month, we'll have a bunch of great nominations of games for the next Patron's Choice. Then, in probably early September, I'll probably create the poll on the forums where those patrons will be voting on what the game will be. And then hopefully by mid to late September, the game will be decided so that when downtime actually happens, I'll be able to play that game during downtime, okay? Now, keep in mind, games such as JRPGs, visual novels, etc., games that are incredibly freaking dialogue-heavy, incredibly long and drawn out, are not going to be allowed into this Patron's Choice. We've had too many of them. I'm sorry, but Persona 3 and 4, Danganronpa 1 and 2, and Yakuza, I had enough. That's is enough. And the viewers have had enough too. They've outspokenly said, we don't want this kind of game again for Patron's Choice. We want variety. We want something different. Okay? Good. So, we'll see what happens. We shall see what happens, folks, in regards to this upcoming Patron's Choice. I'll have more details for you, hopefully, as we approach it. But, and FYI, there were 11 people whose pledges were declined, and I did message them. So if those people, if you were a patron of mine in July, you might want to check your inbox on Patreon just to see if you were one of those people. And if you update your info within the next week, I can still get you in for the perks for July, but you have to update right away. Okay? All right. Very good. So that's the good news. I'm very pleased because we were way under. 2 days ago, actually 3 days ago, we were over $125 away. But a few people, it was actually about, at this point, 4 or 5 people who last minute stepped up and did pretty significant pledges. And it all basically added up and we ended up hitting the goal. So thank you to everyone. Now we're in August. You might say, well, what is August's goal? Listen, I don't want to get ahead of myself, all right? I really don't. I don't want to get ahead of myself. However, I think I do know what August's goal is going to be. And I know that this is way ahead of time. Let me put it this way. I know this is way ahead of time, but I think that if I want to have all the information ready in order for the next upcoming event that I'm planning, I think I need to do it this early. So you might say, what the hell is Phil talking about? Well, folks, as you know, I like to do a Halloween event. Right? I do. I like to do a Halloween kind of marathon stream, horror games and stuff. Last year we did a wide variety. I think it was like 4 different games. And it ended up being a really successful event. People really enjoyed it. All right? And this year I think I want to do that again. But what I think I want to do, all right, is I want to set it up so that August's Patreon goal is that if you pledge $5 or more to my Patreon over the month of August, you get to nominate and vote on the games that'll take place during the Halloween marathon, okay? And the reason that I think that that's going to work is because you got to realize, let's say everyone pledges in August. Then it's going to take me a week or 2 in September to get everyone upgraded, right, on the forums. Then it'll take a week or 2 for everyone to nominate games, which then means in early October, those patrons can now actually vote on the horror games that'll be played during the course of the Halloween stream, okay? So I know it's early. I know we're 2 months early here. But I think that August is the month to do the Halloween goal because it makes sense to do that. Now, you may say, well, if you're going to do the Halloween marathon anyway, then what will the goal be? How about this? If we hit the funding goal for August, I'll do like I've been doing. I'll go and get a Halloween costume. I'll dress up for the event. You know, we'll do the Halloween kind of dress up everything event with it. If not, maybe it'll just be a kind of a standard marathon if we don't hit the funding goal or whatever. But I think enough people will probably want to nominate and vote on games for the Halloween Horror Marathon that we should be able to hit the goal no problem. Okay? That's what I'm thinking, you know. But we'll see, you know. Maybe I could think of something better to do. Maybe like if we hit the goal, I do something special that otherwise I wouldn't have done during the stream besides just wear a costume. I don't know. I got to think about it. You know, this is just me brainstorming here live on stream for you. But I do think it makes sense to do it this early because I'm worried if I did that as the September goal, right? Now I got to get people upgraded in early October. Then they have to nominate and vote on games within like 2 weeks quick in order to get stuff ready for the Halloween marathon. I don't think there would be enough time. Okay. Can we vote on the costume? Oh, man. Oh, man. That's actually a good question. Can we vote on the costume? I don't know, because then you know what people would do. They'd say the most ridiculous, fucking insane costumes that would cost hundreds of dollars that I don't have. You know? Phil, dress up as fucking SpongeBob SquarePants. Go buy a giant foam fucking mascot suit. Oh, my God. Well, we'll see. Let's see. Let's think about it. I'll throw it out there early. All right? I'll throw it out there early. This is the idea I have for August. I'll try to think about it a little bit more. All right? But that's probably what it's going to be. So if you're interested in Halloween, you want to get in on a Halloween event, August will be the month you definitely want to pledge to my Patreon, in particular if you haven't before. Okay? So, patreon.com/DarksidePhil. If you are a July patron, give it a week. You know, this weekend coming up, I'll be messaging you. Or if you want to pledge now towards August, please do. It'll be towards a fun Halloween event coming up. Okay? Sound good? All right. Also, folks, there is my Teespring. Teespring.com/stores/DSPGaming. I just launched my new line of product, including the Kawaii Manga DSP, as well as the I Hate Skeleton shirt, which I wore yesterday during my entire Indies Marathon. Really great stuff. I wear this stuff all the time in my videos because it is such high quality stuff. All right. And I think you'll really enjoy it. If you do buy something from my Teespring store, keep in mind if you do, I get a pretty significant commission. So anything that you could contribute, I would appreciate. All right. If you want to buy something there, get a nice collectible, something you can wear. It's pretty awesome. All right. And then, obviously, folks, last but not least, if you're here live for the stream and you want to support my efforts to continue to live stream daily, if you want to allow me to continue to be doing the same on-demand videos I do on YouTube every single day, if you like everything I've been doing this year and you want to see it continue, you have 3 different ways during the live streams that you can help. There's cheering with bits, there is subbing to the channel, or there is tipping, okay? If you do any of those things, I will give you a shout out during the course of the stream. In fact, a bunch of people did it here on pre-stream, and I'm about to give them their shout outs in just a moment, all right? Now, if you either cheer 50 bits or more, if you sub to the channel and click on the share button, or if you tip me $2 or more, you're going to get a custom pop-up message here. And some people have already seen the brand new custom pop-up message for the cheers already because Dr. Zombius was hard at work and he made 3 new pop-up messages for us for the Sonic gameplay this month. We got Sonic Adventure right now, and then in 2 weeks we've got Sonic Mania. So he made it for dual purpose, which is awesome. It's a little more generic, but it's all Sonic oriented, which is great. So, shout out to Dr. Zombius, who busted his butt yet again to make custom stuff for us. Everyone should say thank you to him when you see him. If you see him in stream chat, you get him a big pat on the back for his hard work and dedication and contributing to these streams, okay? Ah, there's the new sub. There it is. Shout out to Philly Jake who just subbed, and there you go. That's a good one. Now we just got to see the tips one, which I'm sure someone will tip at some point during the course of today's stream. We'll be able to see the new tip message as well, all right? So, thank you to Dr. Zombius, and thank you to anyone who does cheer, sub, or tip during the course of the stream. Since I made my changes back in March, really it's the streaming changes that have allowed me to keep doing this full-time as a job, and I love what I do. You know, 8-year legacy, actually more than 8-year legacy. I certainly wouldn't want it to ever go away, and I'm highly appreciative of all the contributions that you guys throw in to allow me to keep doing it. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's get started, all right? So here we go. Let me give my shout-outs, and then we will begin, all right? So first off, earlier today, we had a cheer from Timic, who did a 10-bit cheer. He said, open your heart. Let's get started with Sonic. Phil, you'll be seeing the Emoji Movie. No, I will not be seeing the Emoji Movie. Maybe later, when it's on demand, if it's cheap, I'll see it. But there's no way I'm going to pay big money to go to the movies and see that piece of crap. Okay. I got a $1 tip from A Scrub, who says, Phil, I'm so frustrated trying to do Street Fighter Trials. For example, when I asked to do a standing medium punch after a crouching medium kick, nothing comes out. Do I hit the button, and when it does, it's too late? What am I doing wrong? How do people master the timing? They literally sit in training mode and just do it over and over and over and over until they see it. Now, depending on what Street Fighter you're playing, because I don't know, some of them, especially for Trials, will have a demo, okay, where it shows you the correct timing. Some of them will even show the button inputs on screen so you can see the timing of the button input. It is true in certain Street Fighter games there are strict timings for certain moves and or combos that normally if you just mashed the button it wouldn't work, but if you do it at precisely the right time, it'll work. It's impossible for me to explain to you just in words. It would have to be shown to you, you know, in person, but don't give up. You'll get it eventually. It may take forever. A lot of those things do take a while to adjust, but I think you'll get the knack of it, all right? Shout out to Ricky, excuse me, I screwed that up already. Shout out to Nikki, Ricky, Dickie, and Dawn, 95, who did a 100-bit cheer and says, will there be singing and dancing like the Sonic 06 playthrough? Well, my voice is still hoarse. It's not as bad as it was, but it's still hoarse. I don't know if I'll be able to sing high-pitched, but certainly I love the music of this game. I love it. If my voice wasn't fucked up, I probably would be singing every song, but I get the feeling I'm going to get into it. The music is too good not to get into. Trust me. Shout out to Jack Spartacus, who did a 600-bit cheer. Wow, thank you, Jack. And he says, now is the. And then his message ends. So then Jack Spartacus did another 15-bit cheer, and he said, thanks, keyboard. So apparently he was going to send some epic message, and his keyboard sent his message before he was ready. I already mentioned that Timic did a 50-bit cheer and explained about the alt-right hating on Night in the Woods. So I'm not going to read his message again, but thank you, Timic, for the cheer. And also thank you for the next 10-bit cheer. He says, DSP tries it. Taco Tuesdays. All right. Shout out to Golden Colts, who just did a 105-bit cheer. He says, let's see here. Very excite for Sonic the Groundhog. Yes. Very excite for Sonic Groundhog. Very nice. Shout out to Philly Jake, who subscribed. I already mentioned that earlier when he got the pop-up message on the screen, but thank you again, Philly Jake. Appreciate that. Shout out to Dooley, who did a 100-bit cheer, and he says, thank you, Zombius. I assume that he's thanking Dr. Zombius for the fact that he made these new emotes for our, not emotes, the new pop-ups for our Sonic gameplay this month. Again, we'll be seeing these not only during Sonic Adventure, but also we'll be seeing these during Sonic Mania later in the month. So, extra special thanks to Dr. Zombius for his hard work. Shout out to Dapex1, who did a 10-bit cheer. And he says, Chow Chows are nice. Yes, the Chow Chows. Well, a lot of people don't even know what the Chow Chows are, because they were only featured in Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. You'll find out today, at least during this playthrough, you'll see some Chow Chows being involved in stuff. But it was interesting because Sonic Adventure 1 attempted to mix in digital pets with gameplay. I know that sounds really silly, but during the late 90s, digital pets were all the rage. What were they called? Weren't they called Tamagotchis or something like that? Tamagotchi? I can't remember what they were called. But these little pets that you would buy, they weren't pets. It was a little electronic screen thing. And Tamagotchi, they were a fad, all right? They were a fad. And you would go to the store, buy them for like 10, 20 bucks. You would do stupid things like feed them virtual food, pet them, slap them around, take them for virtual walks, all right? Some of them would even track, like if you walked, they would track as you were walking and shit like that. So they attempted to do that with Sonic Adventure. And they added a Sao or Chow Chow, or however the hell you say it. It was in the memory card for the Dreamcast had a screen on it, and it turned into a virtual pet that you would walk around and raise, and as you raised it, it would actually do stuff in the game with mini games and stuff. So it was an experiment. It didn't go very well. Pretty much it was never implemented again in any other Dreamcast game. But it certainly was an interesting experiment to see them try something different like that. But anyway, yeah, that's what those little alien-looking things are, and you'll see more of them today. Well, not today, but maybe not today, I don't know. But we'll see them in the course of the game. Okay? Shout out to Black Mage C-Type, who did a 10-bit cheer. He says, looking forward to your Sonic Adventure stream. Will you be playing Senran Kagura Peach Beach Splash next month? Folks in the chat seem to really want to see it. I have no idea what you just said. You might as well have said, are you going to play Flippity Floppity Floop, Gloppity Gleepity Gloop? Because I have no idea what you're talking about. However, if this is a game that people actually want to see and are interested, please let me know via various methods. Whether it be my email or social media, let me know about this game and I'll look into it. I have no idea what that is. Shout out to Griffin Box, who did a 100-bit cheer. He's like, just made it to the stream. In the future, I'd love to see you play the Disney Afternoon Collection, possibly as a Patron's Choice playthrough since you loved all the shows. Yeah, I mean, I grew up with the Disney Afternoon. DuckTales, Chip 'n Dale's Rescue Rangers, Tailspin, eventually Darkwing Duck, and then that turned into Goof Troop, and then that turned into Gargoyles. Like all those cartoons I grew up with. And I really enjoyed those cartoon shows. And then they made video games like NES tie-in games for all of them. The only one I really played was DuckTales. I don't think I ever played any of the other ones though. But hey, it could be a good idea. I'm just saying, Patron's Choice. We hit the goal for July. So if you want to, See that? Patrons, hint, hint, something maybe you want to nominate, okay? Shout out to Nikki, Ricky, Dicky, and Dawn, who did another 100-bit cheer, and he said, Blue Speed Mouse hype. Is that his name, Blue Speed Mouse? And then, Timic did another 10-bit cheer, and he said, here for this Disney Afternoon Collection. Sounds good. All right. And I do have to say, I just want to say this because I just find it so funny. I want to address it. As I was reading out all these cheers, I received a troll message from an idiot who basically sent me a link to my own Patreon page. Like, I don't know what it says on my Patreon page. It says, you just said on stream that you hit the July funding goal for Patreon, but your Patreon page says otherwise. You're a bad liar and an asshole, and fuck you, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, this guy is such a fucking mental midget. I explained this yesterday, but I'll explain it again. My public-facing Patreon page is not correct. It only shows people who have currently pledged. I just explained that like 4 or 5 people stepped up and did very large pledges, and then they immediately lowered those pledges so that they wouldn't be recharged on the first of the month. So really there was about $200 plus extra funding that happened last minute, and then they unpledged, so therefore it doesn't show on my Patreon page. So this guy's a moron. So there you go. Shout out to Marky Mark, who did a 10-bit cheer, and he said gummy bears bouncing here and there and everywhere. Yes, but I don't think that the gummy bears were on the Disney Afternoon. Weren't the gummy bears on Saturday morning and also in the mornings, like on weekdays? I don't think they ever made it to the Disney Afternoon. So, all right. That is it, folks. Let us begin. Sonic Adventure. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. A game from my past. This is actually a nostalgic game for me. So I hope that for you, if it's nostalgic, great. If not, if you've never seen it before, lean back and enjoy. It's a good game, although it has flaws, and trust me, I get the feeling this game did not age very well compared to all the modern games that we play, but it's going to be pretty cool to experience this game with all you guys on stream. It really is. All right, here we go. Sonic Adventure, right now. Let's do it. Tighten your belts. Put your seatbelts on. Get your chili dogs ready. Everyone get that chili dog ready. Get ready to shove it right into your mouth, because Sonic loves his chili dogs. All right, here we go. Sonic Adventure. Yes.